It's not that.
Just want to cue the mic and say nothing from IG.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lieutenant General Jason Hines, Commander, USAFEF Africa, welcome to today's ceremony. Today, the men and women of the United States Air Force pays special tribute to Major Kyle Gadry on the occasion of his promotion to Lieutenant Colonel. We would like to take a moment and extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, both virtual and with us here today. We ask that applause is held until the end. Kyle's wife, Anna Kristen Gadry, and their children, Viviana, Lucian Gadry. Anna Kristen's parents, Tony and Laura Nichols, and joining us virtually, Kyle's parents, Kieran and Donald Kroll, and Walter and Sue Gadry. We would also like to welcome commanders, chiefs, family, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the invocation.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for this day, for this momentous occasion, for the opportunity that we have to honor Major Kyle Gadry, to participate and observe the proceedings of this promotion ceremony. We thank Thee for Kyle and for his leadership, for his friendship, for his mentorship, for all that he does, and for all that he is to so many of us. We're so thankful for all the things, for the path that Thou hast set him on, for the assignments that he has had, for the experiences that he's had, for the mentors, the leaders, and for the people around that have shaped him to be who he is today. We thank Thee that we're able to share this special day with Kyle and his family, and especially with Anna Kristen, with Vivian, and with Lucian. With all of their families. We ask Thee to please bless each of us today, that as we listen, that we may stand taller, that we may be more committed, that we may serve this great nation. We ask and invoke a special blessing upon the Gadry family. They will have more understanding and more patience as Kyle takes on these new responsibilities. We thank Thee for this day and pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel McKee. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, General Hines.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll speak from here so our family members and friends that are at home will be able to hopefully hear the transmission, because this day is just as much about Kyle and his family here in the room as much as it is with Kyle's friends and family that are joining us online from all over the world. So I want to thank those of you who might be back in America that might have woken up early for this event. Thank you for joining us virtually. And for those of you who are here in the room, thank you as well for joining us as we celebrate another momentous event for Kyle and his impressive career, and to celebrate that opportunity with his family that's with us today. I want to thank Kyle personally for allowing me to take part in today's ceremony. It's not lost on me that getting promoted to Lieutenant Colonel happens once. It's a big deal. It's a big deal in our Air Force. It's a big deal in our officer's career. And I'm going to kind of go through why I feel that way, about why it's important for this to be done in front of all of his peers, his friends, and most importantly, the family that's right here joining us today. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of a special event for you and your family. I'm grateful for the opportunity. You all know Kyle, and you probably know him and his family for the opportunities that you've been exposed to him and his family since they arrived here in June of 23. But there's history that goes way back before he joined the Academy, which I'll get into some of that with his family members, and I acknowledge what they've done for him. But I'd like to start off with probably one of the most important parts of Kyle's life, and that was back when Second Lieutenant Kyle met Anna Kristen on the 18th of December 2011. That would be 14 years ago tomorrow. Special day in their lives. They met basically a week before Kyle started pilot training at Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi. And back then, much like myself, Kyle and I, when we started pilot training, we were too busy for anything serious other than pilot training, right? And then 13 months later, they were married right after the end of pilot training when he graduated and became a KC-135 pilot. So that clearly set him on the right path. It wasn't pilot training, it was you. Obviously, it's not lost on me, Anna Kristen. So thank you for not only keeping him grounded during pilot training, but keeping him with the right eye on the prize. It's not the wings on his chest, it's the connection to his heart, which is you. So thank you for keeping him through pilot training and then saying yes to his question 13 months later and joining him in matrimony. And then their first assignment was off to Kanina Air Base in Okinawa, which is an amazing location where Kyle had the opportunity to fly the KC-135, and he was able to be there for 4.5 years. And at that point, Anna Kristen and Kyle not only enjoyed the tropical paradise, but they had the opportunity to do something extremely special. And that was clearly welcoming both Viviana and Lucien into the world. That's where they were both born and raised into the Air Force world as well. So the two of you have been on this Air Force journey just as long as your parents have been, and it's been, I'm sure, an exciting time for both of you as well. They spent the next 5 years stateside as they moved the entire family to Air Education and Training Command at Altus Air Force Base, where Kyle had the unique opportunity to train the next generation of KC-135 pilots. Some of them are still flying KC-135, some have moved on to the KC-46, and some of them were the new boom operators that are air refueling all over the world today. So Kyle's reach at that point into his Air Force career spread from hundreds that he had in Okinawa to thousands that he has reached across the entire Air Force with him being an instructor pilot in the KC-135. That's a demanding mission. It takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence, and it takes a lot of patience. And I fully recognize he got some of that by himself with trial and error. More importantly, he got a lot of that from Anna Kristen, and then most importantly, he got some of that from his family members as well. So a tough job, and he did a fantastic one as that. So well that he was recognized by the Air Force that he should go on to the next level of education. So that was, for him, that was intermediate development education down at Air Command and Staff College at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama. A base that's close to all of our hearts, especially as officers, where every one of us goes there for Squadron Officer School as a captain. And then Kyle had the opportunity to go back for IDE, for ACSC as a major. And at that point, he was exposed to more joint officers, to some of the civilians in the Air Force, to learn more of the strategy of the Air Force, to learn some of the policy challenges that we're facing, and to learn more about the Air Force than just flying. And I know that has paid dividends for him as he has transitioned from there to this base in June of 23, when we put him into a significant role as running our legislative affairs, and also as a key member of our Commander's Action Group. Because at that point, Kyle's not handling issues that are dedicated to KC-135s, KC-46, or the air refueling mission. He's handling things on behalf of the entire command that are strategic in nature, things that are affecting the entire Air Force globally, whether it's a policy for determining what should the structure of our wings look like, for determining what should the operational concept for employment of air forces here in Europe and Africa look like, down to how is the best way that we should support our airmen and our family members, not only at the MAJCOM level, but at the wing level, squadron level, and even down to the installation and local community level as well. So all of the training that he's gone through and all the assignments he's gone through have culminated into having an effect that is now theater-wide here in Europe and clearly and in Africa as well. And he has done a fantastic job, and I'm grateful for everything you've done for us from a Ledge Affairs perspective, and also absolutely as a member of our Commander's Action Group. I rely on you heavily, and so does the rest of the command, so thank you for how well you're doing at that. More importantly, Kyle, as you well know, he's a family man at heart, which I love and respect that from him tremendously. He loves playing board games with the family, whether it's exploring Europe together. Clearly he listens to Vivi quite a bit, Lucian playing the piano or the guitar. He loves cooking with Anna Kristen. They're a tight-knit family, and they are together as one. Anna Kristen, she's an impressive person, book reading, food cooking, traveling Southern Belle, and that is exactly the thing that attracted Kyle now and back in 14 years ago to today. And I know that he loves you so much, and he loves you so much for what you bring to the family, to his Air Force experience, and to all of us as well. So thank you for being such a tremendous person for not just him, for your children, and then for all of us as well. You filled the family more than just with music, and you fill it with love. So thank you. Vivi, your dad loves you to death. He loves all things about you. You're a natural-born artist. You know how to draw extremely well. You know how to paint very well. He knows that you're a designer at heart, and you do that at every chance you get. And if you're not doing something that's creative and visually art-wise, you're filling the home with both music and piano, on the piano, and with love too. So he loves everything that you do for him, and he loves to do everything that you do. So thank you for being such a special person to your dad. Lucian as well, man, you're the man, aren't you? Inquisitive thinker. Your dad loves the amount of energy that you bring every day to home, whether you're always asking Google how the world works while you're running around the house. You bring him some energy that I take from him during work. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are, for being such a special person, not only to your mom and to your dad, but also to your sister. It's not lost to me that the entire family brings a ton of joy to Kyle. He loves watching each one of you grow as children. He loves watching you sometimes on YouTube videos as well. Since many of you may not know, Kyle's an amateur YouTuber, and one of his first feats of strength, I think, from YouTube was he somehow was able to trick Anna Kristen to dancing on camera, and that is now on YouTube. You've got over 80,000 videos, and I'm praying that you're getting some financial rewards from all those 80,000 views, but I'm doubtful that that's happening. Maybe that's your second career, but I'm not too sure, Kyle. But there's opportunities there for you. But I want to thank Anna Kristen for a handful of things. First and foremost, thank you for keeping Kyle grounded. Thank you for reminding him of what's most important in life. And to me and to Kyle, we both agree that when the mission is done, he is going to return home to a family that he loves, but more importantly, to a family that loves him. So thank you for being that to him, and thank you for doing that on behalf of all of us, to allowing him do what he does so well. And I know the time away from the family is time lost, and I promise that every opportunity that I give, I'll give you the time back. I'll give Kyle the time back to allow you guys to continue to strengthen the bond, to be able to travel Europe, to be able to raise your children, and to do things that you guys love together, because he loves you guys so much. So thank you for everything you've done to allow him to be where he is today, and more importantly, where he's going to go in the future, which is pretty impressive. So thank you. I want to thank Mom and Stepdad, Karen and Donald, plus Dad and Stepmom, Walter and Sue. You clearly helped raise Kyle into the person that he is today. His work ethic, his passion, his energy for life, his energy for family, his energy for purpose that he feels every day that he walks into work and then definitely walks back into the front door of his house. Allowing him to grow into a great pilot, a great officer, a great father, and most importantly, just a great person. So I want to thank the family members out there for helping raise Kyle, to allow us to take advantage of what you've created, which is an impressive person, that's an amazing officer, who's going to be a great leader of airmen in the next 6 months or so. For Linda and Jerry, Chief Master Sergeant Godry, and for Deng, thank you for supporting Kyle from his childhood to his officerhood to his pilothood and to whatever he's going to get himself into in the future. I know you guys had a huge shaping opportunity, especially with the chief in your family. Every one of us needs that in my life. It's Chief K, and in your life it's clearly Chief G. So thanks, Chief G, for being who you are and putting your time and effort into making you a great officer. You should be proud, and I'm sure you are. And I know there's a million other family members that are online and friends online as well that were here over the last bunch of years to help create Kyle into who he is today from all over the world. Thank you for not only what you've done in the past to support him, but for what he may need for your support in the future. That takes me to Kyle. Today we're not just recognizing Kyle for the outstanding performance that he's had in his history. Right? That's clearly what's gotten him to this point, plus with all the family members and all of his friends. But it's also what he's going to do in the future. We don't promote people for what you've done, right? We're promoting Kyle to Lieutenant Colonel for what I know he's going to do in the future for our Air Force and for our airmen and their family members. Clearly he's been a great pilot. He's been a great staff officer. He's been a great Air Force officer. And what I'm most excited for is the rank of Lieutenant Colonel as an airman, as an airman and a pilot. It means that he's now going to be ready and an integral part of a command team, from a commander, the CCEL, strong chief, first sergeant, most importantly, strong director of operations. It's going to be responsible for the mission's execution. There's not one job in the Air Force other than director of operations that where you are solely responsible for a unit's mission. And that doesn't, it's not lost on me how important that mission is, and we don't just hand that out to anybody. We hand that out to some of our most capable officers. And your next job as a director of operations for a flying squadron, we're going to put a lot of trust in you to make sure that the sustainment is in the right place, the maintainers are getting the job done, they have the right tools, the right equipment. Your support personnel are there getting the JOB done, and your pilots, plus your other personnel that are flying on the aircraft, or the flying nurse, or whatever it might be, that they have the training, the skill set, the readiness, and sometimes the time off to be able to execute the mission when the time is on. And for the mission that you're going to be responsible to execute is sometimes life-saving, right, from air medical evacuation. Sometimes it's mission-saving when it comes to transporting classified material globally, throughout the entire theater here in Europe, and sometimes even Africa. Or sometimes it's just transporting a DV, whether it's a senator, a member of the House, it's a general officer, it's a commander, or it might be getting a family member from point A to point B to take care of a family member in a time of crisis. That mission's going to be important, and that's going to be on your shoulders. But you need two things to be able to do that. First, strong shoulders, which you already have. And the second part is you need to be a lieutenant colonel. Right now, on your shoulders are major rank, and the most important part of today is to get that off, so that's why we're here today, is to promote you. So if you wouldn't mind standing up at attention with me, ladies and gentlemen, you can either sit or stand, it's up to you, whichever you choose to do. And then we're going to read the promotion order, and then hopefully promote you right now. Publish the order, please.
Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Major Kyle Gadry. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the next higher grade, Major Kyle Gadry is promoted to the grade of Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force, effective 1 January 2026. Everyone, please be seated. Ms. Gadry, Viviana, and Lucian, please come forward to pin on the new rank. Thank you, Ms. Gadry, Viviana, and Lucian. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as General Hines administers the officer's oath to Lieutenant Colonel Gadry.
I state your full name.
I, Kyle William Gadry,
Having been appointed a Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Air Force,
having been appointed a Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental
or
reservation
purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
upon the office of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Nice work.
Thank you, General Hines. Everyone, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Air Force is proud to present Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Gadrick.
So 15 years later, and I'm still stumbling over the same phrase. Who would have thought? So I prepared some notes, obviously help generated by ChatGPT, as we are all driven to do nowadays, but don't worry, they are my own. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone that's out here today, both in person and online. I am so incredibly deeply honored and humbled by this promotion, and I'd love to take a moment to express my gratitude towards everybody. Obviously, there's too many here to individually do that here at this moment, but we'll catch you at the reception later. First, General Hines, thank you for presiding over today's ceremony and for the trust and confidence that you place in me every day. Your leadership and example are a reminder to me of the standards that we should all uphold every day, and I want to say thank you, sir. For all my many mentors, some here in person, some online, I owe you a very deep debt of gratitude for your confidence, your guidance, your wisdom, and really for illustrating to me how to be a leader and what leadership really looks like. So thank you. To my family. You may not wear a uniform, but you serve this country every day. You faced every new move as an adventure. And with so much courage and confidence. Who would have thought? Maybe if this weren't my first promotion ceremony. Anna Kristen, you're my foundation and my rock. Your sacrifices, patience, and unwavering support have carried me through long hours and many challenges. I've said it once before and I'll say it again. This achievement is as much ours, it's yours as much as it is mine. I love you so very much. Senior. This can't even begin to show the amount of appreciation I have for you. Say hello. Thank you. Yes. Viviana and Lucian, thank you for your patience when I have to work late or miss one of your practices or your recitals or your games. Your love and your hugs are what get me through each and every day. And I'm so incredibly proud of both of you. You're turning into wonderful young woman and a young man. And I love you guys both dearly. To my parents, Mom and Don, Dad and Sue, my aunts and uncles, Linda, Jerry, and Uncle Bill and Dane. Each of you have played a significant role in getting me here today where I am. And I want to say thank you for your continued love and support